And I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And I'm doing your guys' grades here. Don't look. Don't look. A lot of you guys are taking hits on the 4 in a row thing for not checking whether or not the input is a number. Your program runs fine, except if I type in the letter A, then it just bombs. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, I got 13 is due when? This Saturday, right? So then 14 I had set to be due next Monday. And then I think I had 15 set up that it's due next Friday with a special time and date. I'll give you to midnight on Friday. And then, so we'll see how that goes. So we'll only meet one more time after tonight, though. So be aware of that. And I'll tell you what I'll do here. Let me go ahead and show these links for the last two, because you guys can figure out your own time frames then. I think these are good programs, actually. Here's a pretty good video on how to do super and subs, final program. Yeah, this one here, I've got it set up as 30 points. It's you're kind of your own design. It's like if you owned a bar and it's multiple classes. So you'll have a parent class, a subclass, stuff like that. So you don't want to do that right away until you understand, let's see, objects and classes. Probably do this one first. Another video edition about vehicles and cars. I'm going to leave that in their view on the location program. Oh man, I'm giving this one away here. Run a wreck. Another video. Okay. So I'm going to leave these videos in. They are videos of, like if I click on it, you're going to see it's a previous class, kind of the ones like I think this is one of mine. I'm not sure. This might not be one of mine. Oh, there he is. If you haven't noticed, geez, you'll notice that the audio in those isn't as good as it is now. I didn't have a microphone back then, so. All right, so those are open for your viewing enjoyment anyway. Okay. And let's see, which one was I going to do tonight? Let's look here. We're going to do this one tonight, this AKC dog show. I had the video up, so some of you may have seen it, but I took it down because we'll make our own here, I believe, tonight. Okay. So we'll take a look at that. So the scenario is now that we can create our own, it's kind of like playing God, you know, small letter G, where I can create my own objects. Everything in the world or anything I can imagine can be an object. And all objects have two things. And if you think of the object as a noun, if you're good at English, you can think of the objects kind of as the noun. And then objects have two things. They have attributes, which are like your adjectives, something that describes the the noun or the object. And then we have methods, and you can think of them as kind of like the verbs that go along with your noun, some type of action your noun can do. The advantage of creating objects is over even arrays. You know, you create an array, and the array has a data type, right? And you can't, like, if you wanted to get somebody's name and 10 grades, how do you do that? The name is a string. The grades are integers or doubles, right? Well, we can actually have arrays of objects, and the objects has its own attributes. So I can have arrays that have both strings in them, integers, Boolean, whatever I want, because it's like having a group of people together. Okay. And the other thing about it, let me go over there. Well, so I always give this lecture. You'll see it. I think it's in 14. Maybe not. Yeah, here it is. I always do this thing on Plato's Republic. Okay. In Plato's Republic, book 7 is called The Allegory of the Cave. And it's like, so the long and short of it is, so humanity is chained together facing a wall in a cave. Okay. And behind them or behind us is a light. Okay. And if you've ever played shadow puppets, you know, you got I can't do it on my screen because of so you have, when you go crocodile or something like that, I don't know, rabbit or whatever. And it's projected on the wall, right? Well, it's kind of like that. So behind it, we can't turn around and see what's going on. All we know in humanity is that what's on that wall in front of us. Okay. So over time, we've developed a name for the different objects on the wall. So there's somebody behind, we don't even know what it is, walks by every day, and maybe they hold up an object and we see it on the wall and we go, oh, chair. How do we know it's a chair? Well, because that's what we need. At some time back in history, some Cro-Magnon guy got tired of sitting on a rock and said, I'm going to have a chair. Okay. And ever since then, we have chairs. And chairs have something called chairness, which makes them a chair. They might have a back. They have a thing you sit on. They might have, most chairs have 4 legs. There's, some other ones. They have a certain color. They have a certain height. Okay. And everything is like that. You can have a person. A person might walk by and we say, oh, person. Well, what makes a person a person? Well, they have a name usually. They have a date of birth. They have a gender. Okay. Things like that. Color of hair. Those are all attributes of the person, okay, of humans or whatever you want to call it. So then I can take that and I have person, okay? And so the person has certain attributes, and then I can create somebody called a student, okay? And a student is a subclass. Student is a subclass of people. So when I create my subclass of students, it already has the attributes of name, birth date, all the things all people have. But now I have a student and I can add more attributes, but I don't have to go back from this to the stuff I inherited. Just like you inherit certain things from your parents, your grandparents, whatever. Now you can add things onto yours, right? For instance, maybe your parents never went to college. So on yours, it might say, what college did you go to? whatever, certain things that are yours that you have. But it can't go the other way. Your parents don't inherit anything from you except probably a headache. Okay? It's the only thing they ever got from you for the most part. So you kind of understand that. It's just what really happens in the allegory of the cave, just so you don't get too. Plato says that all mankind is chained like that. All we see are these things on the wall. There's much more out there. And it's all about who should be king. That he believes that philosophers are the only ones that have the capability or should have the capability to be kings, in that one of the people in line gets away and is able to turn around and see the original chair, the original person, the original computer, the original printer, the original grain of sand, whatever. The problem is that they continue and they go outside and they get blinded and they don't like it. So they come back in and get back in line. Okay. So that's kind of what, depends on how you interpret it. But so I use it for that. Any questions if that didn't confuse you enough, right? Jesse, you got that down?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right. Chelsea, you good?
I'm good.
All right. So tonight we're going to go, like I said, we're going to go create our own dogs. All right. Or we're going to try to anyway. So I've got a new, haven't done this in a while. So I've got a new, going to create a new app here. And I'm going to call this application AKC Dog Show. If you don't know what that means, it's American Kennel Club Dog Show. And so my project will be the AKC Dog Show. And this will be AKC Dog Show.java. And the date today is the 29th of September 2020. And it's cold out. I'm not a cold weather person. I'm an little old man and I can't handle this crap. Then again, I don't like humidity either. So in the summertime, so this program allows the instantiation of the object dog to produce a listing of our dogs. So instantiation, we've been instantiating things all along, have we not? We instantiate our randoms. We instantiate our scanner. Guess what? Those are objects. Those are objects we create that somebody already wrote for us. So we're going to get this all cleaned up. I love it when it's clean. I love it when everything lines up. Hint to some of you. This is my void main. Okay. Class show. I think that's good. And now we're going to leave this just like it is. Hang on, I got a new coffee here. I got to drink. I missed an office hour last week because I collapsed in my yard. Wasn't a good thing. Spent half a day in the hospital.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, no kidding. They don't know why it happened. I have no idea.
That's the best news.
I'm blaming it. I'm blaming it on the nitro from, if you've ever had nitro at Starbucks. It's like a cold brew coffee with nitrogen in it. Or if you've ever drank a Guinness, for those of you who are older, it's kind of like that. Okay, so we're done here, believe it or not. We're going to go up here. Excuse me, geez, Louise. And let's see, file. I think it's under file. There we go. Java. And we're going to add a Java class, okay? And we're going to call it dog. Okay. So now I have two files in my package. And that's why I'm telling you always that it's important that you're inside this package, because now they can see each other. If I put dog somewhere out else on the file system, I'm going to have to specify where that's at. Okay. So then I'm going to go back over here. I'm just going to copy this much of it here. Control C, come back over to dog, Control V it in there.
Is there any way you could show me how to get to the class again?
It's under File, New File.
Okay.
Java, make sure it's on Class here. And then Next, and then you'll name it on the next screen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So now this is dog.java. And this is the purpose of this will be a class to instantiate a dog object from. Those are kind of simplistic at this point, so. All right, so we got that. Notice there's no main here. In fact, there isn't much of anything here. Okay. In our class, I require that you have some special methods called constructors. And usually I have two of them. Okay. And constructors are what we use to instantiate the main part of the dog, okay? But you know what's weird about them is that this is what it looks like. It's just like that. So this one here is called the default. The default constructor. All right. Notice it doesn't have any parents or anything inside. It has no arguments to go with it. So I can create this dog over in my AKC dog show just by I should be able, I think I can do it right now. Let me check and see if there's a way I can do it. Let's see if I got dog, my pet is equal to a new dog. And it should run and not blow up. There you go. So I actually have where I could create a dog already. It doesn't say anything about my dog. Okay. It just says, okay, you got a dog, buddy. Okay. Next thing I want to do. What things do we know about a dog that all dogs, not just certain dogs, but most all dogs have?
Fur.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, fur? Is that what you said?
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, dog fur.
Green.
How about they'd have a color, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could have long hair, short hair, something like that. Something more generic than that, though. We'll get the color.
How about like a name?
There you
Dog.
go.
Dog name.
How about a dog name? Or are you talking breed or name?
Either or.
Okay. So let's do this one. Oops, I forgot to put my private. So this is going to be private here so that nobody can get to it. Small letter P, Doug. Different language. Some of them I mentioned during the, when I said humans.
Gender.
Yeah, we could do gender, right? How about something else?
Are we gonna do color? Or
We can. Something we all have.
Oh, well, name. We haven't done name yet.
We could give them a name.
What
would
about
it-
an age?
Yeah, we can put age, or do we want to do date of birth?
Date of
I
birth
don't care.
could work, but how would we format that?
What do you think? I don't know. You tell me. You're getting to the end of the class. So what data type should a date of birth be?
I'd say string would be easiest to manage, because well, how do we want the user to input this? And even asking that question makes me definitely not want to add this. But yeah,
let's man.
as in you could check if digit and if
Yeah.
it equals the forward slash, and then
Yeah.
have them check.
Well, you could check a pattern, yeah. How about we do this? How's that sound?
There we go. Age, there's no decimals in age now.
No. Trying to think of other stuff. About this one? This one will be okay.
We could do
Just-
size.
Yeah, we could do that. How about this one too? Now you made me forget what it was. Private. Oh,
Isn't there like breeds of classes or like separated like within these
yes, there are.
within these dog shows?
Yep, there is.
Is the like by registered, do you mean like purebred or mixed breed kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, we'll just. I wanted to have a yes, no. Classes like, are they in the working class, the toy class, the hounds, the da 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 da? There's a bunch of them. I think that's enough. Okay, because you have to have a bunch of stuff for that.
For age, do we want to put age in years as the full name of the variable?
I can. How about that? I'm crazy, right? So there's public dog there. And now we're going to have another one called public dog. So I'm going to overload this. But they can do this because they have different keys. So I'm going to have here, I'm going to say string breed, char gender. I don't know if these are in the proper order really, but char is going to be gender. Then we're going to have string color. Then we're going to have string name. Then we're going to have int age years. Then we're going to have Boolean is registered. And then we're going to have string classes. Oops, that ain't right. I'm going to go there, then I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go there. And this one is a parameterized constructor. Because to create that one, when I go over here to, I have to have all that information inside of there. Okay? I have to have all that in there, or it's going to go to this one up here. Okay? So I have two ways to create my dogs. Now for this parameterized one, I have to get this info that the user inputs over on the other screen to put it into this variable up here. You'll notice this variable is not the same as this variable. Then Doug, why did you name them the same thing? Isn't that confusing? It is, but that's how most people do it, by convention. So what I need to come down here and do is it's going to look like this. It's going to say this breed is assigned breed. This gender is equal to gender. Now, all along here, you haven't been using the keyword this, right? But look what happens if I click on breed here. It lights this one up. If I double click this breed, it lights this one up. They're two different variables. They just both have the same name. So the one I'm getting from the user comes in here and then is assigned to the one up here.
So it's
Okay.
kind of like initializing variables in a way.
In a way, but you're getting that data. Somehow you have to, the user later on has to know what all the parameters are.
Right.
Okay, right now we can see that. The user cannot see any of this. Okay, they're not going to be able to see this. So then we're going to have this dot color is equal to color. This dot, look at that. They're all up there at the top. If you name is equal to name. I keep saying equal to, it's not, it's assigned. This dot, what is it? Age in years is equal, there's assigned age years. This is registered, is assigned, is registered. Anybody try to watch the show Utopia on Prime?
I have not heard of it.
Utopia is like a comic book, but it's a series that it's kind of like Stranger Things, but it's based on this comic book. Okay, and it just got too gory for me. I started watching it, and I'm not into a lot of gore just to have gore. It just seemed like that's what it was about. Okay. So now, again, if I want to use this parameterized constructor, I need to go over there and I'd have to know all this stuff. So if I had all this, like if I copy this here, Control C, and I could go back over here, but again, your user can't do this. So later, we're going to have to build something for the user to be able to use this. And that's what we're going to do. Jasper, stop. I'm talking to my dog right now. Okay, so I would have to do something like this to get this to work right. So breed, I could put collie.
Are we supposed to be doing this part right now with you, or are you just showing us?
I'm just showing you really.
Okay.
And gender, we need a single quote because that's a char. We can put an M there. Oh, come on. And in color, I'll say tan. And then name, Lassie, come home. What did I miss here? Oops. There we go. And then I've got name, age will be 8. And is registered, we'll do true. And then class will say, is that not working? I don't know, but that's what we'll put for now. Okay, so now I should be able to run this and it should not crash. And it doesn't. So that would be me using, again, I'm sending these arguments over to my parameterized constructor over here. So they get over here and now I can manipulate them if I want to. Or I could just print them out. Okay. And if I get back over here, so I created my pet here, and then I could come down here and create my pet too. So I could go here, Control C, come down here, and I want another dog. And this dog's going to be my pet too. And this time it's going to be a female collie. And she's only 6. And blah, blah, the rest is the same. Run it. There you go. So now I got 2 dogs. And that's the basics, okay? Now, what to do over here? What if they use this constructor? How are they going to get all this stuff in? Well, I'm going to show you right now. We have these things called sets and gets, okay? So let's scroll up a little bit. And I'm going to go across here, and I'm just going to say sets and gets. Now, sets are when I change the value of my variable. So I'm gonna assign a value to the variable in a set. A get is a variable that's already has data in it that I want to retrieve. Okay, so my gets retrieve value, my sets put value into something, into a variable. So here I could have you type every one of these variables needs a set and a get. Okay. And so normally you would have to type all those in, but Doug happens to know a better way to do it. So I'm going to right click underneath everything I have right now. And okay, come on, what's going on? I'm going to go to insert code, and it says getters and setters, and I get a list that looks like this. That comes up. I'll do it again. I right click down here, go to insert code, go to setters and getters, click on the dog one. It puts check marks in all the rest of them, and I hit generate, and I get all this code. Indent. Maybe one back. All right. So now that's out by itself out there. All right. And then I'm going to clean these up because Doug, you know, he's nuts and he likes to a little anal about the things being where they should be. Now, setters are void data type. Getters, because you're going to return something, they have to have a data type in most cases anyway. So there, I got all those.
What was after insert code? Which one do we select? Constructors?
Setters and getters. Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
So if these are public, I can go back over here and actually call them up. My pet dot. Look at this. Get. I can get them all. So if I want to get it, or if I want to set it, okay, I can do it over here. Now, I'm not a big fan of letting them just randomly set and get. Getting, I'm not too worried about. Setting is a problem because, like, you have things like age here. You have a Boolean here. There's only a certain amount of working type, or I'm sorry, classes. Here they should only be able to put an M or an F, right? So who's going to control that? Again, what you have to realize that you, as a programmer, you might only be writing this part here. Somebody else might be writing this part over here. Who do you want to control your input? Do you want to control it, or do you want to let the next person in line control it? Again, this is very easy for us because we are doing it all ourselves. But in the real world, it isn't necessarily like that. What if 2 years from now, somebody comes along and says, you know what, I need a program where I can create a dog. And they say, well, Peterson wrote one of those a few years back. You can just go get his and use his. Okay. And they could, but who's going to control what that program, if they want to control it, they can, of course, by changing. But it's not necessarily these two files here are going to be created by the same person. And this gets more abstract as you go. Again, just think of it as if I want to build a house. I thought to myself, I think I want a new house. Well, then I have to go over to an architect. Okay. And the architect would maybe draw the house for me. Then the architect would take it to a builder. And then the builder builds the house from what the print of. So you have the architect here having this class for a house, and then a construction team or whatever then instantiates a copy of the house, and they can make as many as they want from those blueprints, as long as they don't violate the copyright. So there's several people involved when we start building things, okay, in the real world. So those are things we need to remember. So now string get breed, okay. We are not going to sit here and type in every breed. But what we could do here is if they substantiate a dog, we could say here that we want to, what do I got? Which one was this, did I say? Breed. That's bred, Doug, is equal to set breed, I think it's called down there. Okay. Or what did I call it? Set breed, string breed. Oh. So let's do this. We can get rid of this parameter or this argument in here. Okay. And then this should become void cannot be. Well, sure it can. So that is gonna. Oh, this is going to be. Excuse me a second here. We won't have this out in front of it. There we go. It'll just be set breed. So it comes down here, it sets breed. So now we don't have anything here. So then here, we're going to say I'm sorry. Geez, system.out.print. Enter the name of, enter the breed name of the dog. We got that. All right, and then get rid of this for now. So I got that. I need a scanner. So I'm going to go up here and create one. Import java.utility.scanner. Okay. And I'm going to instantiate that up here. Oops, don't want that. So there, I made a constant called user in. And so down here, we can have set breed here. So this breed, so it's not confusing. It would know at this point because there's no other breed available in this. I could use this one just if I want. You can see that it's this one up here. If you don't want to get confused though, you could always put this in front of it. Like that. And then is equal to user in dot next. Like that. Return breed is perfectly fine the way it is. So now if I go back over here and do, let me just do this real, or let's do the second one. Leave the first one alone. This should work, I think. Let's run it. And it asks me, enter the breed of the dog. And I'll say Husky. And that's good, because that's what it's supposed to do. Okay. So then the next one down is gender. Return gender is fine. Okay. And at some point, okay, we can get rid of these publics and make them private. Okay. Depending on how you program it. Because now if I put the set in here, in the parameterized one, yeah, if I want to change them, I'm going to have to allow them to do it from over there. Here with this using the normal one. So it's a decision I make, okay? So the next one I had was set gender, I think. And why is it yelling at me? The gender in a class cannot be applied to given types or char.
You getting rid of the parameters again, or?
Yeah.
Also get
Oh,
gender.
that's right. Yeah.
Or mine was get gender.
No, we want set. Okay. So you should have a set gender here. Just get rid of the parameter there. And now we need a system.out print enter either M for male or F or female. Okay.
And then we get rid of this gender equals gender again, or no?
Let's see. Yeah, we can get rid of that for now. And then we're going to do, let's do this. Do a do here. Put that inside. Could do it another way, but this will work. So I do that. Oops, what happened? Go there, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say, and I'm going to split right here. I think that's good the way it is.
I think it needs to be an and.
Oh, because it's a not, right? If gender is not equal to M and gender is not equal to female, you're right. So let's see here if that works. So we can go over here again. It says, what is the breed of the dog? Collie was the, and I'm going to type an A in there. And it doesn't take that. It won't take the number 2. But if I type an F, it takes it. So that's good.
Professor,
Yes.
quick question. My object, dog, still has squiggly red lines. I might have
Under
missed it, but
which
beginning-
one?
Yeah. So go to the other code, the dog show, that Java. Yeah, both dogs. All 4 dogs.
Okay. Then you have something wrong over here. Do you have a constructor? Your constructors have to be right. You can't name them. Whatever the name of this file is, that's what your constructors have to be named. You can't change them.
Yep, I got both constructors the way you have them. Even my set breed there under the first constructor dog,
Uh-huh.
it's got a red squiggly line as well.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing mine. And we'll take a look at yours real quick.
Sure.
So go ahead and share with us, please.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. How do you do that?
You should have something that popped up, or you should have an area where you can share screen.
It's a green button at the
Yeah, it's a
bottom
green
bar
button
of
on
the
the bottom.
Zoom. It says share screen.
A green button at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just click that.
Oops.
Should have a green button that you're going to click on.
Yeah, I do not see the green button. I'm sorry. I see chat, share screen. Oh, there we go. Share screen.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
you clicking on it?
Yeah. I had to set my permissions to allow it. 1 second.
There you go. Okay, get rid of your, we want to see everything, so.
Sure.
All right, so you got set breed there. Okay, you got dog up there. Blah, 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 blah. So what is this arrays.java up here that your dog file is in? That's your problem. You got all this crap over here on the left-hand side instead of just having AKC dog show. So you put your dog file.
Oh my God, I see the problem. I put the class on the wrong script.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you need to drag that up and drop it up into dog show.
Yeah, I see it.
See if you can do it. See if you can just drag it up there. Or do you have to read?
Really? Okay, let's see.
There you go. Right there. Whoops. And then just say refactor. Yep. That's okay. Put it in there. That's fine. Now, let's see. AKC dog show dog is in there. Try close some of this stuff up here.
Sure.
You got all this stuff open.
Let me close it.
Oh, that's a bad one. You got small. I saw single letters in your arrays. That'll cost you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, there's no single letters.
All right, I just got the 2 open.
Okay, so
Oh, wait.
now
Close this
let's do this. Let's go to up to run and go ahead and rebuild this thing. First of all. No. Some messages. Link, failed. Why? Or errors. That means AKC dog show. Find in method. Oh, go over to AKC dog show. And you got my pet twice. So that second my pet should be a 2. Yeah, there you go.
That, and should the M and F just be single quotes or no?
Yep, M and F should be single quotes. Because they're chars. Good catch. Okay. So now, what's wrong? So your AKC is good now. Now your dog, set breed. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Oh, you haven't got all your, scroll down. You do have some. Oh, right there, stop. Where you got set breed, up. There shouldn't be anything in those parentheses. Because we're going to do it ourselves. We're not going to get it from somewhere else. Okay, now scroll back up.
Yep, there we go.
So that looks good. So now rebuild it. Still got a light here coming up. Oh, there it goes. All right, you should be good. So now stop sharing.
Sure.
Oh no, he's got an apple. No wonder. All right, so everybody back.
Yeah.
Yep, we're good.
So we got gender taken care of. Now we got color down there. It's going to be pretty much a straightforward one. Now we're going to get rid of this and come down here and geez. Maybe something like that. And then of course it is this. Oh, there it is. This color, and then we just get rid of color here and put in our user. Oops. Think that'll work. So we can put that up in our default. All right, so we got color, get color, set color, get name. This one's very similar to this one. So I'm just going to copy it. Control V that in, get rid of set name here, string name. Enter the name. Dog. And how did this get to be color there? So that takes care of that. I go up here and put it in here, set name. So you can see here now I'm controlling the input. If I didn't do this, then the guy that's gonna write the program over here would have to do all that, okay? To use the original sets, I would have had to have code over here that allows the user to get this information here. Because if I do it here hard coded in, I only get one dog, right? The user can't add dogs. So it makes the program pretty well useless at that point. Okay. So let's see, our dog has a name now. And now we can do the age of my puppy. Okay, so we'll get rid of this here. And then we can go down here. And we'll have a
Now we add it up top in the default, right?
Yeah, you got to go up to the top and set age. You know, it's set age years, right?
Yeah.
Again, it's all about control here. Who's going to do what? The more control I want. Again, let's say you work for a company and they have a certain set of guidelines that all their programs have. Let's say that it's a car developer or something like that. And they have a set list of things that they want from anybody that's developing a car. You would create a car here and you would have all the things. And you know what? Everybody that builds a car there has to follow these regulations or these attributes or methods. Okay. I don't have any methods here because I'm not really calculating anything yet. So is, I don't like that. Okay. So we're just going to whack that out of there and change it to is registered, small letter I, like that. Same thing here. Set is registered. Let's see, set is registered, I guess. And this one we're going to change to get is. Oops. Get is registered. I guess that's good. And I'm going to get rid of this. And then this. And system.out.print is the dog AKC registered. And what do we want them to type in? Yes or no? Yeah, let's do that. And let's see if we can figure out a way to do that. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Let's see. I'm going to have a temporary char, I think. To a okay. So then I got that while not user in dot as next Boolean. That ain't gonna work. I gotta do this first. I have to convert their answer. So I think that's okay. I'm just gonna check for do. Good. Do that. Tab. And enter there. And then oops. Oh, come on. Got this all screwed up. If I do that, I can put a variable up here. That's
I think your brackets for the do while are
I know
a little
aren't
off.
there. I know they are. Char choice again. Something like that. So then I can say choice is equal to the user in dot next dot to upper. Oops. Char at 0. Okay. And then we'll do the while. Why does it feel like I've already done this already? Oh, because I did the MN one. Yeah. While choice is not equal to y and choice is not equal to n. Do that. So then, if choice is equal to y, I'm having a rough time typing here today. There we go. Then what do I want to do here? I want return true. Is that right? Am I? Oh no. All I want to do here is go back. And this is the set, not the get, Doug. If that's is equal to true, then is registered is equal to true. That works. Else. False. I think that's right. I got an error here. User in next dot to upper. What's going on there? Dot next dot to upper case. Duh. Charet. There we go. Blah, blah. My do while's there. My if is here. That looks like it'll work. So now we can put get is or set is registered up here.
Do we not need to put this dot is registered equals false or true?
I can, but
Either way works better.
it knows, as I showed you earlier, it knows that there's no other variable inside of that. In other words, there is no up here or anywhere else, there's no place else that I created a variable like this. So if I do that, you can see up here at the top, it shows that one. And then way up here, our private Boolean is highlighted. So it knows it's there, but since we want to be consistent, let's go ahead and put it in. Then there's no misunderstanding, right? And what does it cost us? Nothing. Okay. And then I don't know if you saw that, I put is registered, set is registered right here. And then we have classes, so we can go there. And I had a list of these somewhere. Okay, so system out.print. Okay, let's see here if I can. That's the one I'm doing now, I think. Where did I have that? Okay, I forget where I had it. Let's go over here. And we can just new tab it. I guess they're called groups, huh? And here they are. We're just going to leave them called classes, though, in ours. So I'm going to go right here. Herding word. Let's do this. S wording. H for herding. And I know I'm going to run into trouble because there's some of them have the same first letter. Doug. And non-sporting. Again, by doing this, I'm controlling everything. The guy that builds from my class doesn't have a lot of options as far as. Now he can add things over in his class. He could add on like price or, you know, what ribbons they won or things to that effect. Hounds. What are we going to use for hounds? H. We can do O, I guess. Terriers. And last one is toy. So we're gonna use, I'm gonna use Y, I think, for toy. T-O-B. Toy.
You've been running a program for like 3 hours.
Who has?
You,
I don't know what you're talking about.
pattern recognition is running.
Oh,
down
it
at the
is.
bottom.
Cool. I got several of them running. Thank you. It could have been disastrous. It could have been the end of the world as we know it. And then if I do that and do that, I want to put a space there. I think that'll work. And then, so if I do that, and then I'll have choose about char choose is equal to user in dot next dot to upper char at. Got that. And so then we're going to do this. We're going to say switch, choose, and we can just do case H. Um, do, 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 do. Do. Ooh.
Are we gonna add a default or no?
Yep. So this one is hounds. This one is terriers. We're the hounds here. Hound. Okay, one more. And this one will be Y. Y. Okay. So then what shall we do with the default? Probably should beat them up, shouldn't we?
I said it's a very cool dog.
Oh, we could do something like that. Let's do this. We'll do default. Or, well,
Where
that
you at?
one, it's not in breeds, is it? Um, what's that? I think that'll work. So what was the name of that set classes? All right. So oops, that's not the right one. It's up here. All right. So I'm going to run this once to make sure we're good up to this point.
In setting age years, do we ever check for negative values?
Oh, geez. You want to be like that with me. Set is registered. Where's it at? Age years. There we go. We can do that. Enter the age. So then we can go here. Do. And that. And then take all that. 1, 2. So then this one goes with what? That's wrong. It needs to go with this one. So we're going to go right here. And then here. And while this dot age years is less than 0. Or less than or equal to 0, huh? No, less than 0, because it could be a puppy, right? That better?
You have my approval.
Thank you, sir. All right, so then let's see, I can't think here. What am I thinking? Hang on, I have to look at something real quick. What is my default printer again? Can't believe I can't remember this. It's the default. I'm going to have to go look. Where's that going to be, though? Is this 11 or 12? 12. I think that's right. That's the wrong one. It's 13. Okay, let's go here. Here. Long version of lecture, short version of lecture. Yeah, okay. We gotta. No, that ain't what I want, Doug. Oh, we could add weight too. But we got all kinds of stuff. Where is my print? Maybe I didn't have a print on this one. Set group. Ours was easier than that. So, come on. I'm not going to get it from here, I don't think. Yeah, you are. Bye. Who is that guy? He's obnoxious. That's it, 2-string. All right. So down here, see, we should be outside that one now. Let's go down here and type in public. I don't know that these should be public at this point. String, 2-string. Enter. There we go. And then we're going to go over here. Yeah, I know that. Why did I do that? Go away. I want to go back to my. Okay. So here, forget what it is it? Yes, that's what I want to do. Why didn't you put it in there? There we go. All right. Somewhere in the great world of Java, there is something called toString. It's an object that was created, or a method that was created for the almighty object. Because even creating an object like we're doing, or a class, it has attributes in that, okay? So this is going to be string to string. So we can override that and change what it does. Okay. And then, so we can do something like system.out printf, I think. And then let's do your dogs statistics or something like that. I think we can do that. And a /n. And then we'll put a /n here too. I think I can do that. Let's see. /n there. I hit enter, I go down here. And then I need them in order. What are they? I don't really need them in order. They can be whatever they want. Breed, gender, and color. Okay. So we can say breed. And then and then did I say gender? And then it was color, I believe. So breed, gender, color. Breed, gender, color, name, age, and AKC. Name, age, and AKC, I think it was. So your dog's name. Your dog's age. That one's a D.
Is registered comes before the AKC class.
Does it? I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I got name, age, is registered, and then class. And that is AKC. That's a Boolean, right?
Yes.
So that one needs to be a B. And the last one is our class, right?
Isn't age an integer?
I have it as an integer right there.
Okay.
Come on, Bender.
I usually don't use this format, so why is D an integer instead of I?
Digit. Digit.
Oh, got it. Got it.
And then a double or a float is an F for floating.
That is absolutely confusing. Okay.
All right. So now I get to there. And So then this becomes all the names I need. This dot breed, comma, this dot gender, comma, this dot color, comma, this name, oops, this dot name, comma, this dot age, comma, in years. This is registered, comma, and this dot class. I think that's it.
It's classes.
Oh, quapo. Class is. So that will fill that out like that, I believe. Print F. And then we got that, your dog statistics. And then I got this here. And then let's do this here. I got something I want. So if I do that, or should I make this? I can't think I can, I don't think I can make that a void. So do I need to make this? I gotta think about this. Do I need to make this a variable and then return it for this toString? Hang on. Java toString. I forget. I get these. All right. So it is toString. How to use the toString. Okay, let's try that. Of course, it's not going to give me what I want. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's cool. No, I don't want hello world. Right. Blah, blah, blah. Best friends, class best. String to string return. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's try that. Trying to figure out how I'm going to use this. And so if I do this, it doesn't like that at all. Why not? How about if I do okay. Oh, but there is one over there. Doesn't like that either. So what if I just did do that? That is the simpler way to do this, I think. Do that. Now, why am I getting an error here?
Semicolon at the end.
Oh, semicolon on the end. No. It didn't have an error before, did it? I've got my identifiers there.
Class should be classes.
No, this can be whatever.
No, the.
Oh, on the end here. Yes, you are right. I went back too far. There we go. So what if I do this? If I come up here, do void, get rid of the override, and then I do, I can't do toString though. I'll figure that out some other time. Come on, print me. I think that's good. So I just did this, I cheated. So this is a void. Print me. I'm over time here, but let's try it once. Let's go up here. We get to here and say, print me. So now if I go over to my, oops, somebody's getting yelled at here. Okay, where are you at? That's that one. That's public class dog. So where's the error? Okay. I'm going to stop that and go back over here and just run this one out, and we'll just do dog 2 or pet 2. Okay, so the breed of the dog is a Sheltie, let's say. That ain't right. How about a Beagle? And it's a male. And it's black and tan. And the name of the dog is Rover. The age of the dog is 10. And we'll say he is, oops, I need a space there. And he is a hound, so that's an O. And there you go. I have a Beagle, it's a male, black and tan. Name is Rover, he's 10. Is he AKC registered? Yes, he is. And he's a hound. Okay. So that's my song and dance. For tonight.
Do we need to do anything like as far as like a menu type thing? And if so, where would we put that?
Where would you put your menu? Well, listen to this. You could put the menu in your class, but usually the menu would be over here because you would have to decide how you want to use the program. You know that you can call, like if you wanted to do something like this, because I have all these as public right now, I could do stuff like this. I could say string type. I think type's a reserved word though. Is equal to, I'm sorry. Like I could do system.out.print, enter the breed of your dog. All right. And I would need, again, this is going to yell at me because I don't have a scanner, but let's just say I did, and I was going to say breed string breed is equal to user in dot next. Okay. And then I could, when I did all those, I do breed, then I do gender, and then I get them all, save them as variables. And then I could do something like this. When I got all done, I could say dog, my pet 3 is equal to a new dog. Oops, new dog, parentheses, breed. And then what was the next one? It's gen or sex or whatever. I don't want them all to be, but you could do gender, and then you could do color. Then you could do name. And then you could do age. And then you could do AKC. Or is AKC. And then group, let's say. So I could do something like that. So in this case, if I did something like that and got the information over here in my main, then the guy that's going to use my dog program is using this constructor here. Okay? Not this one up here. Because he's controlling, now he's controlling where the information comes from. So if he doesn't put in stuff to check, well, that's his problem. Okay? Because you just keep going. So if he did that and he doesn't check for it, in other words, he allows any
He can put whatever input he wants in that case.
there you go. And then he does next, and then he goes to upper case, and then he goes char at and 0 here. But nothing's stopping the person from typing in the letter W. Okay.
Right. So is this program finished then here, or is there, what else do we need to do?
You need to just fix your, like create 2 or 3 dogs. Okay. Using either your class here. I normally put dividers in here too for each one of these. Again, being the person I am. So I would have like here, I would divide these up. Okay, so you can clean them up like that. And then just do that for all those. No code follows down here, possible. All right. What do you guys think?
Good.
I will either get this up. It depends on how long YouTube takes to process it.